It's 3 a.m. You're staring at the ceiling. Your phone is face down beside you. Your brain feels wide awake, and a small panic creeps in. Something is wrong with you. But the real answer is far stranger, because for most of human history, waking at night wasn't a malfunction. It was the plan. Historian A. Roger Kirch spent over a decade reading pre-industrial diaries and court records. He found a strange, consistent pattern. People described a first sleep starting shortly after dark. Then, around midnight, they woke. Not in panic. They called it the watch. They prayed. They talked quietly. They tended a low fire. Then they drifted into a second sleep until morning. Doesn't that sound like insomnia? It shouldn't. It was written into diaries with no embarrassment at all, the same way you'd write about breakfast. So what changed? Light changed. Before candles and electricity, nights stretched up to 14 hours. Nobody sleeps unconscious that long. Splitting the night was a solution, not a flaw. Then gaslight arrived, then electric light, and bedtime got pushed later and later. The two sleeps got squeezed together. The watch vanished. And that quiet waking hour became a problem instead of a purpose. But what about humans before diaries, before houses at all? In 2015, sleep researcher Jerome Siegel tracked real sleep among 3 hunter-gatherer societies living close to how humans lived for millennia: the Hadza, the San, and the Tsimane. He used wrist monitors, not labs. The results overturned assumptions. These groups didn't sleep at sunset. They stayed up by the fire for hours. They slept slightly less than people in industrialized nations, under 7 hours a night. And insomnia, as a concept, barely seemed to exist for them. Why? Sleep onset tracked falling temperature, not darkness. Your ancestors weren't waiting for night. They were waiting to get cold. There's something else your body still remembers. Anthropologist Carol Worthman has shown that sleeping alone, sealed in a silent room, is itself a strange, recent invention. For most of history, sleep was social, near a fire, layered with breathing and low voices. Waking briefly at night wasn't frightening because you were never truly alone in the dark. Think about your own 3 a.m. alone. Silent, sealed. Your ancestors would barely recognize that setup. Not the waking, the isolation. The watch had a job. A fire needed tending. A predator needed a listening ear. A relationship needed quiet words daylight never allowed. Now compare that to your own 3 a.m. You reach for your phone. Bright blue light floods your eyes, suppressing melatonin, telling your brain it's daytime. Your ancestors' night watch was dim and slow. Yours is bright and fast, and you carry it in your pocket. You inherited a body built to wake and do something useful with that hour. But you don't have a fire to tend or a quiet voice beside you. You have a glowing rectangle instead, and it does the opposite of calming you down. This doesn't mean every sleepless night is secretly fine. Chronic disruption has real costs. But the specific fear you feel the moment your eyes open in the dark may say less about your biology and more about how far your environment has drifted from what it expects. So next time you wake at 3 a.m., ask a different question. Not, why can't I sleep? But, what would the watch look like tonight? Maybe it's just lying still in the dark, breathing, without reaching for the light in your pocket. Because it's 3 a.m. and you're staring at the ceiling. Your phone is face down beside you. And maybe, for the first time, that isn't the sound of something broken. Maybe it's the oldest, most ordinary sound in human history, quietly asking to be heard again.